Hey, Clean. How you doing, friend? How was your day today? You doing good? I hope you had a good day. And I'm glad you're able to come hang out for a while tonight. Bubbles and bubbles and bubbles to pop. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they get buried in the paint, and sometimes it takes a while for them to come to the surface. So you want to keep a close eye on your center dot, or any dots for that matter, to try and get those bubbles while the paint is still wet. When the paint is still wet, it will self-level. I'm talking very quiet and very zen right now because I'm very focused. Feels very weird. All right. So on this mug, we are painting based on the card prompt of my least favorite season, which is winter. So we chose these really cold colors. And I'm going to put a whole bunch of these little dot mandalas all over the mug. So I'm going to do, I've done 3 with the blue center dot. I'm going to do 3 with the white center dot. That'll look exactly the same as this, only all the colors will be switched up. And then I'll do the same with the silver center dot. So every color will have a chance to play each position in the performance. Hey Barb, how you doing? That's okay, Clean. I'm good, thanks, hon. How are you? Oh, love and light to you too, honeybee. How are ya? Thanks for coming to hang out tonight, you guys. I've been looking forward to sitting and doing some painting. I did some work on the first pattern today, and it's coming along nicely. That feels good. Hello, honeys. Aw, thank you so much, Jess Cat. Hi, Carolyn. It's going to be pretty. It's going to be covered in these little things, like little stamps all over the place. Thanks to Jan, who had the wonderful idea. All right, now we're going to go. I got to keep stirring my paints because it's the first time I've used these paints today. I've been working on a different project, so I got to give these guys a little stir. So this is the card prompt for least favorite season, day 12 or 13, I believe. I'm still way behind, but I'm making some progress. Day 12, I think it was. I'm ordering the Dot Mandala inspiration decks from the manufacturer tomorrow. So if you have been a part of the pre-order to get a deck, we are very, very much closer to getting them into your hands. I'm so excited. So excited for you guys to get them. If you haven't pre-ordered your deck yet, now would definitely be a good time to do it. I don't know when I'm going to be able to place another order. So if you want to be part of this order that goes in tomorrow, make sure you get your order in before midnight tonight. Oh, that's so sweet, honeybee babe. Thank you. Had to wake up at 7:40 for school at 9. Oh, you had a long day, eh, Clean? How did it go? Oh, you're on your iPad? Perfect. Hi. Oh, thank you. Got to be able to see the rack spurts. Thank you, Carolyn. I'm totally addicted to these things. I try to paint other mugs and I just don't enjoy it as much anymore. All right, let's get this going. Let's get some painting done, shall we? So to anybody that's new to my lives, I will stop and check the comments on a regular basis. But it just might take me a couple minutes to get back to the comments because I can't see the comments on my phone while I'm painting. So I'm going to paint here for a couple of minutes and then I will pause my painting kind of in between rows. Works really well. And I will come back and catch up on the comments. I'll scroll back and see what I've missed and try to catch up on all of that. I don't want to miss anything. This is how I do my spacing around every center dot. I dot at 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 9 o'clock, and then just start dividing those spaces in half. There we go. First row done. All right, let me catch up here. The mugs at Dollar Tree are $1.50. My hand painted ones are $42 plus shipping. 42 Canadian plus shipping. Are you serious, Shannon? I totally missed you by like 2 minutes. Oh, I haven't been sitting at my desk much today. Haven't been on my phone much either. Did you have a good live, Shannon? Did you get lots done? Wherever you want to be, clean, wherever you are comfortable. Hey, Kobe. How you doing, Cindy? All right, now stir the pale blue metallic. I'm going to try not to shake the camera too much. It's just so pretty. And it is called Icy Blue, but we mixed even some more white in with it. So this is a custom color. I think I used a size 6, did I? I think. Snowing all day. Yeah, here too. Hooray for getting lots of necklaces made. That's nice to have a bunch done, eh? You're going to sell out fast. It's coming. It's coming. Hi, Dar. Lives are great for that, eh? Forces me to sit down and do some painting, which sometimes to have someone force me sit down and do it is really helpful. Hello, Off the Hook. How you doing, my friend? It's been snowing here too. It's starting to build up now. Oh, thanks, Shannon. Jan came up with a good idea. Not surprising. It's good to see you, Dar. Thanks for coming to hang out. I know snowflakes are so pretty, eh? I had a really pretty one land on my jacket the other day when I was outside, and I took a picture of it. just because it was perfect. There's something in that symmetry that's really satisfying. Oops. I'm gonna try and get this in here. Oh, good. I'm glad you're doing good. Get lots of crocheting done. Thank you, Dar. I think this one's going to be really pretty. This is the first time I've ever done something like this. Oh no, that's not true. I did something like this when I started a hurricane vase like a year and a half ago. And I never finished it. But it was just a single color. I haven't done anything like this since. But it did have a few mandalas like just kind of randomly placed. All right, now I need the white again. Here we go. Yeah, I think it's gonna look super, super cute. It's very grateful to our friend Jan for the suggestion because it was a brilliant idea. Yeah, my thumb is really sore. I was hoping that was, I forgot to put a Band-Aid on there. I usually try to cover that up so you don't have to look at it. Yeah, my hands I'm really bad at taking care of my hands. And they get so dry, and then the skin cracks, and then I'm an anxiety picker, which doesn't help, but everything just cracks. I know, and that's why we're doing this one. This is inspired by my least favorite season. It's one of the things when I created this card in the deck, I'm like, no, I want to try and find some inspiration in something that I really don't like and see what I could do. And I thought, and the first thing that came to mind is, I think I could paint something pretty that represents winter, and I hate winter. So that was kind of my thought process before when I was even just creating the deck to put this prompt in there, because, oh my God, I don't know why I do this. I love it's gonna be, thank you, Vivian, and thank you, Off the Hook. I love it. I'm really happy with how it's turning out though. I think it looks really pretty. So I'm just going to keep repeating the same design as these other ones. Just with switching up the colors, the order of the colors. And, you know, this is an important thing to kind of remember too, is that you don't have to be changing your design all the time. Changing up the colors can have a massive impact on the looks of your pieces. So creating a whole bunch of things with the same design but using different color schemes is going to make them all look very unique in their own way. So keep that in mind, especially when you're new to dot mandalas. That can be a great way to practice. Pick a design that you really enjoy painting and just keep painting it over and over and over again, switching up the colors, trying different top dots, trying slightly different spacings, and just see what you can learn from that. It can be a really valuable exercise, and it can hone your skill very, very quickly. It's your secret. The colors are, I've got a white pearl, a silver that I actually mixed with some white pearl, and then icy blue, which is a Craftsmart metallic multi-surface, and I also mixed it with some white pearl. All nice cold looking colors. Mm. I'm going to finish this row of walking dots, and then I will come back to the comments and catch up on anything that I've missed. This is a prompt from one of the cards that I pulled from my Dot Mandala Inspiration deck that I made. I made a 52 card deck that is the size of a tarot deck, so approximately 3 by 5, slightly smaller. And there are 52 unique word prompts in the deck and 52 unique images of my previous artwork. So the idea was that you draw a card and then you paint what is inspired by either the prompt or the photo. So I liked the idea of including photos in there because then you could choose to take inspiration from the design on whatever it is that I painted on or the color scheme that I chose. Or you can choose to, like I said, follow the word prompts. So I challenge myself to pull a card every day for 30 days. I have pulled those cards. I have not completed the paintings like I had hoped I was going to in 30 days. I am way behind, but I'm going to paint them all. It's just going to take a lot longer than 30 days to get it done. But that's how the deck works. And so I've been pulling all of these cards, and I'm really, really excited about the stuff that I've been painting. I feel like it is some of my absolute best work, and that's been really, really fun to experience. So I'm really excited for you guys to get these cards into your hands and to see what kind of experiences you have with them. And we'll run some challenges. We're going to have a private Facebook group. We're going to run some challenges. We'll help inspire each other. And I think it's going to be really fun to see how different people experience the cards. Oh, I got a big bubble there. There we go. Let me scroll back. It's really fun, Dar. Follow the fun with it. There are no rules. You can do this any way that you want to. Just have fun with it. Use apricot scrub in your hands and lotion. Oh, thank you so much. I totally will. I've got some apricot scrub here too. Oh, thank you. Thank you, love. Hey, Tammy. How's it going with the Fab Five, Tammy? Oh, I'm so glad you like it. Oh, yay, Mary. That's awesome. I'm so excited for you guys to get them. So excited. So excited to have people to play with. So when you get your deck in the mail, there's going to be kind of an instruction card in there. And then there's also a card that'll have the QR code that you can scan to get to the Facebook group. So that's going to be fun. I'm excited for that. They've been very, very fast with my single deck orders. I'm interested to see how long it takes for them to manufacture the number that I'm going to be ordering. But it'll be cool. I'm going to probably keep looking around for other manufacturers too, because you never know, I might be able to find something a little more inexpensive and with similar quality, which is what you want, right? If I could still get really good quality and spend less money, that would be pretty fun. I'm so glad, Tammy. I'm so glad you're loving it. It's wonderful, eh? Lori. Yay, though. Yay, though, Lori. I'm glad you were able to find it, though. Sometimes you can find it on Amazon. Thank you, River's Edge. That's so kind of you. The best paint for painting on mugs is multi-surface acrylic paints. If you go to the link in my bio, there is a pre-order set up for the deck of cards. If you have your pre-order in by tonight at midnight, that deck will be part of the order that I place with the manufacturer tomorrow. So any orders that are placed between now and midnight Eastern tonight, so for the next, say, 4.5 hours, I'll be ordering them from the manufacturer tomorrow. So then they'll get sent to me, and then I'll be able to send them to you. So there's a link in my bio and it still shows up as a pre-order because I haven't got the inventory in my hands yet. So yeah, check out the link in my bio if you want to order your deck of Dot Mandala inspiration cards. Oh, thank you, Courtney. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. We're going to have so much fun with these. Ultimate Karen, I get my mugs from Dollar Tree. $1.50 each. I've had great luck with mugs at the Dollar Tree lately. I used to only buy them at Dollarama because all the ones at the Dollar Tree were too small. But then they started getting these and I love them. Nope, don't need to seal them at all. These paints, I use multi-surface acrylic paints, and they cure to be top shelf dishwasher safe after baking or after air curing for 21 days. I do the air curing because when you bake them, you run the risk of bubbles in the paint. And I just do not have the mental stability to deal with bubbles in paint any longer, so I'm just not even risking it anymore. There's enough bubbles just from stirring the paint and when you're painting with it. So yeah, I still recommend gentle hand washing just because of the delicate designs, but I've got friends that have mugs that I've made that they've put it through the top shelf in the dishwasher, and they have had zero issues with it. Glass, porcelain, or enamel paints also work. They also work. Yes, they do have black. They come in black or in white, Karen. I know, right, Melissa? $1.50. That's nothing. Dollar Trees, I love the dollar stores. I love all of them. They all make me so happy. The line of skincare I use called Laylene right here in Toronto. I use the Dead Sea. It helps with your skin, helps with drying and cracking. I'll have to have a look at that. Thank you. You're most welcome, Karen. Most welcome. All right, I'm going to take a sip of my drink, and we are going to pick the location for the next little dot mandala. There might end up being 4 of each of these. I'm just starting with 3, and then I can kind of backfill different spaces. But let's see. This mug will be $42 plus shipping once it's completely done and listed on my website. Oh, it's so hard, And I find I'm washing my hands constantly. And just the idea of putting lotion on. I hate the feeling of lotion on my palms, so I have to get one of those really nice quick dry lotions. And I should end up avoiding it. All right, so we'll put a silver one up here. We'll put another silver one down here. We'll put another blue one over here. So let's look over here and we'll do a white one up here. Yep, right about there, I think. All right, so I need my size 23. My center dot is a size 23. I use DIY Mandala Stones tools. So they all have round, flat ends of different sizes. So this is a size 23, just so you can see what that looks like too. That's the tool right there. All right, now we got to move around the center dot and look for bubbles. I also move it around too if the paint is particularly fluid, because then this can help keep it from sliding around on the mug. Because if it's really watery paint, then it's gonna move. And then get in and start grabbing bubbles as quick as I can here. Jan, if you're here, it's your favorite part. Or one of your favorite parts. Oh, it's going to get a little loud in here. Sorry, guys. I've got the fan on for the heat. It's really cold in here today. And it just kicked on, so I apologize if there's some extra background noise. Let's see. Let's see how this one is. Enjoy dinner, Dar. It was nice to meet you as well. Please take care of yourself, and hopefully we'll see you and hang out again sometime soon. I'm reading your questions, Melissa. I see that there's more coming, so I'm going to wait until you've got them all typed in so I can make sure I answer you properly. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is you want to test and see how many dots you're going to get around your center dot. Number one, how many dots do you want to get, and how many can you actually get? So I'll show you what I mean here when I put the dots around. First thing to know is that if you follow the spacing technique that I use, you'll always end up with an even number of dots. And that can really help, okay? Because knowing that you have an even number of dots lets you know immediately that you can work with probably a couple different combinations of even numbers of colors. And so then what you're going to do is when you are laying the dots around, so I'm going to do my 12 o'clock. I'm going to put my dot at 12 o'clock. Oops. Helps if there was some paint there. 12 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Then I turn it this way and I dot at 12 o'clock again, and 6 o'clock. And now I start going in and divide these sections in half. Now, what you'll start to get to recognize is you'll start to create your center dots with the same tool quite often, or you can run a test. You can go in with one color like this, and usually by the time you get to this point, you could see how many more dots you could squish in here. So I know that from this space with this tool, I could fit 3 more dots in here. So in theory, I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 repeats of 4 colors. The dot that you're seeing placed right now would always be color number 1, and then you'd fill in up until this one again. So if I was trying to do a 4-color spiral, for example, I would do all of this with my green, and then I would go in and the middle dot. So I'd know I'd want to have a blue dot, then a purple dot, and then let's say I'm going to use green, blue, purple, and pink. Okay, so then what you would do, right? So if this is the green dot, I know that the one next to the green dot needs to be blue. The middle dot halfway in between is going to be my purple, and then I'm going to have a pink. So I'm going to dot my purple dots next, and then I'll go in and I'll fill in my blue and my pink to fit in there, and then I can do that 4-color rainbow. Does that make sense, Melissa? When you start at the bottom, what size tool do you use? So for that, I just wing it. I 100% wing it when I start at the bottom of the mug and start to work my way up. I just wing it, and whatever size tool I happen to grab, I just wing it, and I don't count out or center any kind of spacing at all for that. So what I would do is if I was doing a rainbow one on the bottom, I would start with my red, then I'd clean off my tool, and I would do my orange and my yellow and my green and my blue, and I would just keep repeating that around, not knowing if it was going to work out perfectly at the end. So what I usually do is I'll start my first color that I really want, like right here. And then that way, if it doesn't make it all the way around, that's okay. It's under the handle here. You could even color that in with or decide not to even dot right here and put your signature there if you wanted to. There's all kinds of things you could do there. But to be brutally honest, I wing it and I just deal with however it works out. Chevy girl, oh my gosh, a year old already? Oh my gosh. A lot of it's winging it, Melissa. I wish I had a theory for you or a formula to follow, but sadly I just wing it, and it either works or it doesn't. Yeah, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I get really excited if I've at least chosen the right size tool so that all of the dots are the right size and there's no weird gap in the spacing or anything. That to me is accomplishment enough. That's as high as I set the bar. That's when I get really excited. Yeah. And sometimes I'll get all the way around and find out that I chose the wrong size tool, and I'll pull all of the dots off. And I can usually tell by looking at them, did I go too small or too large, right? And then I'll rip off all of those dots and start over again. I've done that a few times. Don't be afraid to rip stuff off and start over again, right? If your spacing doesn't work out with your colors in a spiral going around a center dot, don't worry about it. Pull it off, redo it, make some changes, and redo it. It's a pain. It's a royal pain, but keeps you from having to scrap a lot of projects. I'm constantly pulling stuff off and starting again. Yeah, it's a total crapshoot for me, Melissa. Wish I could tell you different. You're most welcome. Hi, Crystal. How you doing, love? You are most welcome, Melissa. I will always try to answer your questions, you guys. I can't promise I'm going to have the answers, but I will always try. I take out lots of stuff. Yeah, totally, right? Yeah, if it means you take it out and you start over, then that's what you do. It's totally okay. Happens all the freaking time. I've got the most recent mug, the gratitude mug. I redid these swoops 3 or 4 times. 3 or 4 times before I got to this point. I think this was the third. I think this might have been the third. I don't think it was that too much, but there was a lot of trial and error in a lot of these mugs. Hi, Clean. The inspiration for this design on this mug here, my friend, is my least favorite season. So the card I drew said least favorite season, and for me that is winter. So I'm doing some snowflakey kind of things all the way around it, and I'm going to keep filling them in and do a whole bunch of these. Stuff as many of these on here as I can possibly do. And see how it goes. Yeah. I am using multi-surface acrylic paints that are specifically designed for painting on things like ceramic and glass. Just designed to adhere to the smooth surface. And they cure to be top shelf dishwasher safe after either baking or after air curing for 21 days. The scarf I am working on from last year wasn't working for me. I redesigned it and now I love it. That's fantastic, right? Oh, I haven't talked about this yet. The lady wasn't there. I haven't finished her second mug yet anyway, so it was okay. And she knew that I wasn't bringing them yet. She wasn't there. So I went and she told me, she goes, no, my manager, the manager on duty there, she knows what's going on. She's got 3 or 4 cases set aside for you, and just let her know. And I got there and they were all the wrong mugs. And I'm like, there's no way that she set aside these mugs. I've never bought these mugs from her. And the woman there just said, I don't know what to tell you. This is all I have. So I'm like, oh, good. I'm so glad I drove all this way. So I'm going to reach out to her and just touch base with her and say, just so you know, I haven't brought you your mugs yet. I will, but not until I need to get them finished. And what's happening with the mugs? It was disappointing. That was not a happy day. Yeah, the woman that was there, she really didn't care. And I said, you saw a stack of these boxes, you said. And she said, yeah. And I said, and you looked at every single one of them and you know for sure that they are all the same as the one you just brought out to show me. And she said, yeah. I'm like, okay then. And she's like, well, I'm not arguing with you. I'm like, I'm not arguing with you either. I asked for clarification. I'm believing your answer that you told me that they are all different, that the stack that you talked about, you clarified that they were all different. They were all the wrong mugs. So I believe you. Well, I just don't know what else to tell you. I'm like, everything's fine. I just asked for a clarifying question. It was so frustrating. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Totally called the design process, right? That's how you figure it out. You experiment, some things work, some things don't, and then you start over with what doesn't. Scrap some stuff, redo some stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I have around that I'm like, okay, so this is purely a practice mug. I don't care what happens to it, so I'm going to try anything and everything on it, right? Those are fun ones. Yeah, it was frustrating. I was really cranky. The brand of paints is, for this particular project, is Craft Smart. Yeah, I still have some mugs. I still have the equivalent of, I think, a little over 3 cases. I've got a full case of white, so 24 white. I've got 2 cases that are 50-50. So I've got 48 white and probably 48 white, 24 black plus another 6. So maybe 30 black mugs left. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm thinking. There's another Dollar Tree that's closer to my house anyway, and I haven't gone there. And I want to take in a picture of the box from the other store and see if maybe I can't make friends with the manager at this other store and say, please, if I will buy them all. Every time you get them in, you get 3 cases in, I will buy 3 cases. Like, just gimme. So I'll see what I can find out. I know, and that's the thing. I'm so scared that I found these mugs and I love them so much, and I have to trust that if they go away, then something else. I never thought I would like painting on these mugs. I've seen them before and I have passed them by. So who knows what else I'm passing by that could be a good thing for me to paint, but I just don't wanna. I want these ones. You're welcome, Jacqueline. Yes, I want to get back to painting stones. I want to paint ornaments year round. I've got tons and tons of canvases and wood panels and wood cutouts to do. Necklace pendants I'd like to get back to. I have another table I want to do. So there's tons of different projects to get in there. So I'm not panicked about, like, I'm certainly not worried about running out of things to paint by any stretch. So that's always a good thing. Well, that's the thing. I might reach out to talk to some kind of merchandising manager at Dollar Tree Canada and see. There isn't, unfortunately, a website. Unfortunately, Dollar Tree in Canada, you can't order off their website like Dollar Tree in the US. But I might just see if there's any contacts that I can talk to and say, this is the product I'm looking at. Like, I will pay for shipping direct here to me, or send them to the store and I'll go pick them up once a week or whatever. Like, I'll order 2 cases a month or something. See if they can help me out in any kind of way. I keep procrastinating. I've been so busy making candles. I haven't had time to paint. Have you been busy, Crystal? You must have been busy. That's good. You'll find time. And you'll make time when you need time too. Right? Be patient with yourself, my dear. I've invested lots of money in dotting. Well, that's true too. I do. I get that. You could start painting candle holders. I know, I'm committing to myself to painting a shit ton of mugs. Yeah. I'm going to be painting mugs for a long time, and that's okay. But things are gonna change and go a little differently, right? Like, when I originally thought of doing the 30 card pulls in 30 days, I'd originally thought of doing them with some small stones that I have. I've got these little 2-inch or 1.5-inch round stones, and I kind of envisioned myself doing one of those a day inspired by this. So that might be something that I do again one day. There's so many projects that I would really like to get into. So many. I've got an insulated tumbler of my own that I want to paint. I've got fabric paints. I've got a huge 4-foot by 4-foot canvas that I started almost 2 years ago. That I would love to work on. I've got some resin stuff I'd like to work on. I've ordered some new molds. Definitely won't be running out of things to paint. Hey Beth, how are ya? Oh, that's going to be awesome, Crystal. I can't wait to see what you do. Those are going to be beautiful. Are you going to hand paint them, or are the hand painted going to be like special edition? And then are you going to like take photos of them to put on for mass production labels, or what are you going to do? What are you going to do? That's probably top secret for now. Thank you for all the love, you guys. And thank you, as always, for coming to hang out with me. Yeah, it's a 4 foot by 4 foot. Well, and that's the thing. Mugs never go to waste. I know an awful lot of people with mug collecting habits like mine. So yeah, I've got a bunch of really fun stuff that I want to get playing with too. So there's a lot of good things to come, and we're going to have a lot of fun this year. Have a lot of fun with some different projects. I'm struggling with coming up with patterns for the Paint With Me parties. Struggling with coming up with those, like 4 different themes every week. So I don't know what is going to happen with those. I think it's because I'm a little distracted with other projects and feeling very far behind. So I might just pause them for a little bit. And I might even pause them and change them less of a paint the pattern with me as to let's just all hang out and paint on a Zoom together and spend a lot less money and take some of that pressure off me completely selfishly. So I might do that for a little bit. Or I just might do extra lives and just sit and get more painting done. But I really feel like, so what am I doing on this one? Silver. I'm really struggling with coming up with those ideas. Glad you're optimistic. I wanted the tea light holders for Valentine's Day, but that's not going to happen. I have heart mold, but lack confidence with dotting on them. I've only ever dotted on, I think I've dotted on 2 of them, and they intimidate the crap out of me. Yeah. If you stick with stones, what I did, and I called them love nuggets. I painted little stones, and what I did is I used like a stencil, and instead of placing the center dot, I didn't place a center dot. I used a stencil, and I created this first row with the stencil, and then in the center I put a heart. Instead of a center dot, it had a heart. Or you could take the center dot and then put a heart on top of the center dot as your top dot. So that can work. But yeah, you could totally, with whatever canvases and everything that you're creating, you might create one that matches well with one of your scents or a look that you really like. So you might be able to get like a really good photograph of one of those paintings. You could even probably remove the background and be able to go in and create some labels, some labels out of them. Yeah, so play around with that a little bit. I've completely given up on being ready for the holidays when people tell me to be ready. But I know I can only imagine that candles around Valentine's Day is probably pretty good business and something you want to be a part of. Great big bubble. You want to sit and brainstorm sometime, Crystal? Hi, Jenny. How are you, love? How have you been? Jenny was one of the first people, not the first, but one of the first. I won't take that away from Shannon because Shannon has earned her badge of buying my first ever mug. Jenny is absolutely a delightful human being. I haven't seen you in such a long time. It's so good to see you. How have you been? I'm so glad that they loved them, Jenny. That's so sweet. Oh, you have two? Which ones did you... I'm trying to remember back. Jenny's are when I used to do customs. Are you doing the snowflakes all the same size? Yes. So for now, they're all going to be the same size. I'm going to jam as many of them in as I can, but then I think I'm going to go in with smaller random sized dots and maybe create some little mini snowflakes in there as well. But for now, I'm just going to try and do as many of these ones as I can, and then I might, see what I can add in. And I'm so glad the mugs are doing good, Jenny. That's amazing. Yay. I am going to be doing I don't want to call it an inventory clear out, but it is kind of. I'm going to be doing just a bit of a sale. Let's call it a year-end sale. The end of 2021, moving into new things. So I've got some old inventory, and I've got some newer inventory. That also just doesn't really feel like me. It doesn't feel like me anymore. With some of the stuff that I'm creating, I look at some of the other stuff that I've made, and it just doesn't feel like me. It's pretty, and I am proud of what I made, but it's not being appreciated in the way that it deserves by sticking around here. So I'm going to do that, but then I'm also going to be doing a shop restock in a couple of weeks. Once I've got some more mugs actually finished that I can restock up there. But I've got a couple, I think the ones that are going to be part of that shop restock are going to be some of my favorites that I've ever done. I love them. I'm just so happy with what I've been making lately, and I'm so thrilled that you guys are cheering me on every step of the way. All right, so let's see. Been in and out again of quarantine, yeah. Oh, I hope so, Jenny. Exactly, Beth, I have. I've evolved. Can't wait for that. Can't wait for what? My restock, my sale. Black, gray, silver. Oh, yeah. The purple and green one was so fun. I remember both of those. Those are fun mugs to do. Super fun mugs to do. Aw, thank you so much, you guys. The sale, yeah, I'm excited to get that. I think it's gonna feel really good, and I've got so many things ready to throw into my shop. Throw pillowcases, wall hangings, journals, note card sets, tote bags. Oh, I can't wait to get one of the tote bags. That's the other thing I've decided I'm ready to do is I need to start wearing my stuff everywhere. So I got to start making stuff. I've finally finished with the middle finger mandala. I did a digital drawing of a mandala, and instead of a center dot, it's got a middle finger emoji. So I've got t-shirts and tote bags ready for that too. So much fun stuff. So it's definitely time for some housekeeping. I'll bring over these other mugs that I was telling you about. So ones that'll be part of the next shop restock will be the snowflake one for sure. Oops. This one, which is based on the card pull Resilient. Sorry for the glare. I love this one. Oh, I love it. I've been doing good, Jenny. Thank you. Things are good up here. We've got a bit of snow today. We're in another lockdown here in Ontario, and there's rules, but there's no rules, and it's absolutely... I try to remind myself that the only thing that really is impacting the way that I live my life at this particular point is whether or not I can go see my dad. And right now we can't go until we get our third shot. Not third booster, sorry, our third shot. So we're getting that on the 23rd, and then we'll be able to go see him again. And otherwise I'm trying to just kind of hunker down and get as much painting done as I can. This one was a skill practice, a color grade, 3-color color grade. And that's the artwork on the other side that you can choose to. I love this one with the metallic on there. So both of those will be part of the next shop restock, as well as this one, which is Gratitude. Gratitude. I love this one. We had originally done white top dots on the dots and the swoops, but then I switched it to actually, it's the pale blue. So the same color that's that center dot is the top dots and the top swoops on these dark blue swoops. And I think it looks perfect. It looks like it's glowing and kind of fuzzy, and I just love it. Let me tell you, Crystal, that jumpsuit, I wear it every day. I have 2 of them now. I alternate them. I do laundry constantly so that I can wear them all the time. It is the most comfortable thing I've ever put on my body. I've got a friend who's a seamstress, and I said, my life goal now is to be financially secure enough that I can just supply her with reams of velvet and get her to recreate this jumpsuit for me over and over and over and over again in as many different colors of velvet as we can possibly find, and have ones that are floods, ones that are capris, ones that are long shorts, ones that are sleeveless, short sleeve, long sleeve, 3/4 sleeve, just have all of it. I can't freaking wait. It's the best thing I've ever put on my body, ever. And I had this moment where I said to myself, anything that makes me feel this good in my own skin needs to be on me as much as humanly possible. 24/7. That's it. It's happening. So I wear it constantly. And to be super fancy, I went out and bought myself, so it's black velvet, and it has pockets, and I have blue sequin slippers that I wear with it now too. Oh, here, hold on. Let me... I will turn this around. Hi. So let's see. Whoops. It's not going to turn very well for us here. So it's got the faux crossover. It's got pockets. And it's black velvet. Just need a little snip here to hold that in place. But let me tell you, Superstar Joe Fresh, I got it for $35. Yeah, $35. So I went back and I bought a second one. It's amazing. And I just walk around wearing this all the time. It's so incredibly comfortable, and it's warm, and it's the nice velvet that's like kind of silky on the inside. So what I assume they designed with the intention for going out to fancy parties, I have turned into mid-40s loungewear. And it's amazing. And I'm serious. I'm like, now I want it. I want red velvet. I want green velvet. I want purple velvet. I want some blue velvet. I want some gray velvet. I think we need all the velvets. Then we need patterned velvets. And we need floral velvets. We need all the velvets. And then just one of these for every day of the week. And that will just be the new adventure of life. What do? I paint all day and go on the search for fancy velvets to make new jumpsuits out of. It's the life, let me tell you. All the velvets, any that I can get my hands on. Crystal, you ever want to brainstorm or just pep talk it, you let me know. I'm here for you if there's ever anything I can do. I don't know what I can offer to help you with, but if there's ever anything I can do, you can just say the word, okay? That goes for any of you guys. If you guys are starting up a business, have questions, I don't have all the answers, but please don't ever hesitate to DM me and let me know. Usually easier on Facebook or Instagram to reach me, but I do check my messages here on TikTok as well. But please don't hesitate to reach out. I don't have all the answers, but I will do the best that I can to get you answers, or at least point you in the right direction. And at the very least, answer the questions that I can for you. So thank you again for coming and hanging out with me tonight. I'm super excited to place the order for the deck of cards, the decks of cards tomorrow. I can't wait to get them in your hands. I'm so excited. And I will be live a couple times tomorrow. I want to say 2 p.m. and 7 p.m., but I'm not sure. If you check out my latest post here on TikTok, it's got my live schedule for the week and where I'm going to be doing that live. Oh, you're most welcome, Tammy. Thank you, Barb. Thank you for your help. Think you're going to hold off and get great... Oh, nice. Ordered my cards. Oh, they're going to be so much fun, Melanie. You're welcome, Melissa. You're most welcome, Map Fam. Yay, that'll be so fun. That'll be so fun, Crystal. That'll be great. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Cindy. Love you guys. Please take care of yourselves. And I will see you again very, very soon. Take care, you guys. Bye.